Have you ever watched an advertisement and later purchased the product or saw it and you were like completely disappointed or for like, hey, this is not the right thing to do, and hey, why are the advertisement companies and the whole companies still allowed to lie so dramatically to us? Here's a very easy example. Have you ever bought a cookie because you saw the packaging or the advertisement and like, oh my god, such a huge cookie and such huge chocolate chips in there. My god, it's so delicious. I gotta buy it. And it shows like 10 or 20 chocolate chunks in there. And you're like, oh my god, I'm eating it. And then first of all, the cookie is smaller and thinner. And second of all, the chocolate chips are tiny. And instead of 10 or 20, they're maybe like 3 or 4. How can it be? And I saw in America, it was in the last years actually, someone sued a company because they were like, no, I'm not letting them off with this so easily. They went actually to court and they won. They didn't win a lot of money, but I think it's a good thing. The other thing is, which I really dislike, is dentist commercials. Have you ever seen them? Most dentists recommend this toothbrush, this toothpaste, and then like, how do you know that? Is there actually such a statistic? By the way, there is none. It has been proven, like I saw there was an investigation by reporters in America and in Germany, and both of them found the same thing, that those advertisements are lying. And did you know those dentists in the commercials are fake? Those are actors, and they're like handsome model looking actors. And I actually believed at the beginning when I was much younger, because I thought they wouldn't be allowed to lie about that, right? Because like you can't just put fake doctors, and because dentists are kind of like doctors, really they are medical professionals. You can't just make a story about them, but they can. It's so insane. And even the pharmacy are getting away with some things around that. I'm not going into the detail, but because you know how powerful they are. And there are many other advertisements. Have you ever watched like fast food commercial and like the burger, so huge, and they're showing it like in certain angles which sometimes look very weird. Later you know why. You're going to a fast food store or you're buying that in a grocery and you're buying it and like, that's a tiny little burger, and like $5 for a tiny burger, and like, how am I supposed to eat this? And it's ridiculous. They shouldn't be allowed this. By the way, in for example Germany, but even in here in Canada and America, there are certain laws that prevent them from lying. They're still doing it, and the government is like, nothing to see it. Oh, it's so unimportant. You know what? We have more different pressing matters. What? They are committing fraud against us. If we owe just a single cent to a bank, to a company, or to the government, they are riding us hard or pushing us into jail. But if they owe us money because, hey, they lied obviously on their advertisement, they owe us, but nothing happens. Really weird, isn't this? And for once, I think there should be more strict laws forbidding them. There is comedy and there are some like obvious ridiculous claims. That's okay, because this is obviously just fun. It's satire. That's okay with me, and I think it's really funny. I like those advertisements. But all the others, they're just fake. They're lying to our faces, and that should be illegal because we are not allowed to lie to the government and to companies. So why can they lie to us?